This video will, unsurprisingly, be heavily censored, so if you would like to watch the full version of this video with extra content and some behind the scenes, make sure to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/theanimeman, links in the description below.
I
It's
forgot
no
I have a
surprise to
Patreon
anyone
account
when I
sometimes.
say that Japan has a somewhat interesting relationship towards adult content. With each passing year, the youths of Japan are slowly changing their stances on sexuality and relationships, with the rise of terms like soushokuke and a booming increase in adult content being more accessible than ever before. According to a 2015 study, 1 in 4 women and 1 in 3 men in their 30s were single. And with Japan's population rapidly decreasing due to a staggering birth rate, it's no wonder the economy is suffering. And one easy target for such statistics is the overabundance of adult-oriented establishments. Today, I decided to venture out into the streets of Kabukicho in the heart of Shinjuku, an area of Tokyo famous for being a large hub for the adult industry, with soaplands, bars, and clubs galore, affectionately making this area be referred to by many as an adult playground. Once a hustling and bustling corner of Tokyo, now facing multiple controversies due to being blamed for the direct cause of case numbers skyrocketing during the early stages of the pandemic. But amidst a struggling sea of empty soaplands, vapid bars, and dead clubs, stands a single amusement park of sorts by the name of SOD Land. Founded and named after Soft On Demand, a well-known adult industry titan, this 6th-floor building encompasses several bars, eateries, and meeting grounds for customers to mingle and interact with adult actresses directly. What's most interesting about this establishment, however, is that it opened its doors during the midst of the pandemic, and yet has somehow managed to escape the claws of controversy during these sensitive times, and I wanted to understand why and how that was the case. And as a connoisseur of culture, there was no way I wasn't going to pass up the opportunity to experience this place inside and out firsthand.
So the first thing you'll notice when you come in to SOD Land is these bars right here. Now normally, to prevent the spread of the virus, you use hand sanitizer, clean your hands off, but at SOD Land it's a little more direct. So this basically is an entire body spray of non-alcoholic disinfectant. So if I come in here and I stand, I get sprayed head to toe in a lot of disinfectant. But now,
I like that. That's actually really cool.
I'm fully protected. But it's not only that. Come check this out. We also have a sensor right here. So once I know that my temperature is fine, third and final step, of course, is the hand sanitizer. And there you go. That's basically the full-on protection. Like, I've been to lots of establishments all over Tokyo, but none as hardcore as this one. So let's go inside. Oh, hey.
Hi. いらっしゃいませ.
Shiba Koho. What are you doing here?
I'm trying to work in here. Current and former actresses can work here.
Yeah.
And as a journalist, I was like, oh, why not try?
So you're just here to like test it out?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's going to be good then, because we'll be able to get a nice comparison between a standard JAV shoe.
I was about to look her name
and basically how much, because all of the employees here are current JAV actresses, so it'll be really interesting to see, I guess, the pay difference.
Yes.
And you'll be able to tell me as well, as someone who was.
Of course, all my anime friends follow her.
Very, very honest.
Yeah, you can be honest about it because you're no longer in that industry. And yeah, we'll be able to experience firsthand what it's like coming to SOD Land.
Right.
Let's go.
I got my name tag.
Oh, you got your name tag as well. Look at that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Each floor in SOD
That's
Land has
something
a
else,
set
man.
theme and style to it, so customers can pick and choose what kind of experience they wish to have at any time during their visit. The first floor you'll come across is the reception floor. This is where you'll be purchasing your tickets to enjoy the establishment, but there are many other tasks you can fulfill while you're here, such as checking which girls are in the building that day, as well as purchasing different adult items, DVDs, and miscellaneous merchandise that SOD Land has to offer. And trust me, they offer a lot of different goods and services, some of which go beyond anyone's wildest imaginations. The bottom first floor is a more casual Izakaya styled bar, where you get to meet fresh off the press newbie adult stars from SOD, whilst enjoying many refreshing drinks and food items, riddled with more double entendres and innuendos than you could ever imagine from a single establishment. One of the many weird yet strangely cool features of this floor is the magic mirror toilet, where you can essentially take a dump as a cute girl watches you do it, or at least that's what it looks like if you're into that kind of thing.
So on the bottom first floor, there's another little bonus that we can do, And it's this thing in here that Kaho is
Why?
kind of doing. And oh my god. Well, she's taking some Patreon material right there. But basically what this is kind of a little mock-up of, you know, getting a little first-hand contact with the AV actress. And because, you know, we can't actually get in touch with AV actresses because COVID and also because it's slightly creepy, they have a big acrylic board there to create a barrier in between customer and actress so that you can almost pretend like you're getting touched. Japan is really good at coming up with some of the bizarre and out there services imaginable, but hey, they're managing to do it, and they're managing to do it pretty well if you ask me. If you want the actual angle of what you would see, go over to Patreon.
The second floor switches things up a bit and invites current night workers who work at Soaplands and other adult establishments around the Kabukicho area to use their free time to come and chat up customers.
I think this is interesting, but it's definitely just kind of bizarre to me. Like, I feel bad. I kind of feel bad for some of the people because I couldn't imagine that that's just my life, you know? I don't know. I don't know. Japan Bazaar? Kappa?
And even make a little money off the side. Considering the rapid decline in profits caused by the pandemic to these amateur adult workers, it's a great little helping hand thrown to those struggling in tough times. And it's a fantastic way for customers to get to know these girls one-on-one in a safe and fun environment. The very top floor is what's known as the silent bar. In here, customers can watch through the magic one-sided mirror a group of scantily dressed girls making drinks and providing a show under the simple condition of no talking. Luckily for Kaho and I, we got the very special permission to actually enter the room to see the floor from the worker's point of view.
That's something else.
This is so weird.
You cannot see the outside.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of creepy though?
You don't know if anyone's watching you or not. Look at that. Pantsu moment over here. If you're wearing a skirt.
There's a mirror right here.
Pantsu moment.
Yeah, so that is going to be dangerous for Kaho. Oh, watch out, Kaho.
Only on Patreon.
I can do it. I'm alright. Get a sick panty shot of me right there. From the outside, obviously, there's a cameraman somewhere out here, but we can't see them at all. We can't see anybody.
I don't know where they are.
I don't know where they are. So for the girls, I guess it's like slightly safe, considering that they don't obviously
this is actually
know
like
who
fucking
they're
with my brain.
serving or what they're doing.
Maybe they feel extra nervous. You don't know.
But we also have these like little flaps right here, which is where they can get access to the customers. So this is where they would get the customers to send them the drink orders and stuff like that. And then once that passes
I thought it was just for putting your
up,
dick in there or something.
and you can't see them anymore. This would be really cool for like a music video shoot.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? This is
That's so true.
just being like, da, da, da,
She's literally Uzaki-chan, and I'm not even kidding.
da, da, da. You know, up until this point, I've never really experienced like a magic mirror room before. You see it in JAV all the time, and I guess is the whole reason why there are 2 places in SOD Land that have magic mirrors. But yeah, this is slightly uncomfortable, not gonna lie.
To notice, glasses are up there, so you have to like.
Oh yeah, the glasses are up there, look at that. So so the girls physically have to do this, probably against this mirror.
And last but certainly not least is the third floor, known as the SOD Shain Bar Kabukicho. A simple bar-like room where customers get to chat with actual JAV actresses over some drinks, a little bit of food, and special bonus shows. Kaho and I couldn't pass this one up, so we decided to test this floor out firsthand with the help of Honjo Suzu, employee of SOD Land and currently active JAV actress.
So we're at the 3rd floor now, the SOD Shain Bar Kabukicho, where we'll get to have a little more of, I guess, like almost a one-on-one kind of talk with AV actresses.
This is
inside
weird.
already looking interesting.
Like,
Let's go check it
it's
out.
interestingly weird.
Okay, so as a part of the SOD Star drink order, Honjo-san right here is going to whisper some really not advertiser-friendly things into my ear. So let me sit down for that.
ちょっとなんでこんなところズボン下げてるの？もしかして私に変なことするつもりなん なんじゃないの。最低。このド変態汚らしい。私をオナニーのおかずにしてるって本当？本当最低。
I did it because of the light, but I didn't even think about how weird that looked. Okay.
変態野郎。そんなこと言われてちんちん大きくなっちゃってるんでしょ。
ありがとうございます。I was not expecting that. I just chose from like a list, but that was pretty good. And now it's your turn.
Wow.
You get to have it too because you ordered a drink.
Right.
So which one are you going to choose?
I think, by the way, I feel so dirty holding this toilet paper. Number 1 and number 2, I think. Toilet paper joke, so why not?
Don't get this wrong. Kaho's going to use this as practice because she's going to have to do this to me later.
I have to learn.
ひょっとしておちんちん立っちゃったの？すごい。あ、大きい。童貞のくせに。ちょっと見せてみなさい。ビンビンじゃない。罵倒されて立っちゃうなんて本当に変態。ほら、こんなにカチカチにしたら苦しいでしょ。いっぱい抜いてあげる。
Wow, that's some ASMR right there.
I'll cheers to that.
Oh yeah, let's drink to that. That was, yeah, exactly what you said. Some quite experience.
Okay, well then, while we're on
that
it,
was,
I think we should just get the...
Huh? Yeah, I'm chat. I like to say that I am I'm a man of culture. Wow, that's red. Oh, we're not. I'm a man of culture. Actually, let me use the YouTube over. I'm a man of culture. Okay.
The second one, which is the SOD Joshishain, which is basically we order a drink and then the actress gets to look us dead in the eyes.
Wow. It said confession time, so.
Oh, confession?
That confession.
Ooh, so I'm about to get confessed to. Now, mind you, it doesn't mean anything. I have a girlfriend who I love very, very much. Just letting you know ahead of time. This is purely for the video.
ジョイさん、今日初めて会ったんですけど、目が、瞳がすごい魅力的です。一目惚れしちゃいました。私と付き合ってください。
ごめんなさい。She said that my eyes were pretty.
How was it? You're brushed. Maybe from drink, I don't know.
恥ずかしいね。
For those of you who don't know, like Japanese people rarely look at their eyes, like, you know, we don't like stare.
Yeah, right? Like, I've never been confessed to before in my life.
Oh, yeah, that's Japanese style.
So that was like a proper Japanese style confession. Now it's your turn.
Wow.
right,
I don't
go for
have the love confession thing.
カホ先輩、先輩が着ている制服、いつもピチピチで胸に目がいってしまいます。すごく魅力的で、カホ先輩のこと大好き。
Oh Lord Jesus, Japan is the place of this place is so goddamn cultured. Japan is cultured.
よろしくお願いします。
Okay? Japan is fucking cultured, guys. It's cultured.
You're like blushing.
Wow, yeah. Well, I'm also like weak. I think it's from alcohol too.
You had like 2 sips of it and you're already red.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
Japan is
You know
the
what?
place
It's so
of
weird to
culture.
say that I prefer it when it's more wholesome. That's like the one place is like not very appropriate to say, but
You could go with me the next
wholesome
time
option.
you go.
So there you go. If you want something a little more wholesome, then they have that for you as well. So check that one out.
So after those few trials, we decided to get Kaho, a former JAV actress, behind the booth to get her thoughts on what it feels like to actually work in an
I'm gonna make this a
establishment
YouTube video.
like this. And of course, since I was the only test subject available that day, it was up to me to decide whether she was fit for the job or not. This was about to get very awkward very quickly.
So we've learned from the professional, but now we're going to learn from the former professional. I've ordered the Magic Mirror Gore, and essentially it is a drink and I guess a little service from Kaho. It's gonna be really weird, like getting a service from your own friend.
I guess it's just so weird to me because it's like I'm not used to like this feels like I'm looking at somebody like reading the script of like an anime, and that's the part that's kind of like weirding me out, you know? It's like I feel like I've heard this before, but I shouldn't have heard this before. So when she was doing the whole like ASMR teasing thing, I was just like, geez. She's good at her. She's a very talented professional. She's very good at her job.
Yeah,
And I've done the Magic Mirror Go, the theme for JV.
that's not gonna be weird for me. Oh, that's a really pretty drink. That's bright blue.
Magic Mirror has quintessential the sky blue setting, so
Oh, okay. Oh, that's probably where that comes from. Very nice drink. But again, this is just the pre-show. Now it's the real show.
okay, I'm gonna try the Japanese style.
What's the Japanese style?
失礼します。あ、凝ってますね。あ、チョイスカチカチですよ、ここ。よいしょ。よいしょ。
That actually feels really good.
気持ちいいですか？
Kimochi.
あー、よかった。
He's actually really good at this.
Wow.
You've definitely done this before.
痛い？痛い？優しくするね。ね。はい、おしまいです。
I haven't had my shoulders done in a while, so that actually feels really good.
I'm
So there
actually
you go.
envious of
Not
that.
only can you experience the lewdness and the wholesomeness, but you can just get a straight up massage if you want. This place offers everything.
Yeah, the high pitched voice thing for Japanese adult work is it's a thing. It exists. It's very Japan is cultured, like I said, man. It exists. It's a thing, man. It's a oh man, dude. I'm gonna be kicked out of Eastern Media GG by the end of the week. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, this is a cultured video, man. This is
And you get a
cultured.
drink with it as well? Hell yeah. All right, so next is the senzu, which is the last one on the menu. Yeah, this is like it's like a bourbon and coke, rum and coke maybe?
By the way, you can make it version.
Yes, there are non-alcoholic options as well.
There are like 4 cards, 4 different situations.
So I have to like randomly pick one? Or do I just, or is it, oh, it's blind, okay. All right, gotcha gods, don't give me something that's too demonetized.
It's like playing
worthy.
Russian roulette, but
I'll take this
to
one.
get
Please, gotcha go.
correct.
So for 3 minutes, I think Kaha has to pretend to be drunk. I mean, you don't have to pretend to be drunk, you just have to finish those, right? I mean, you're kind of already halfway there. The stage is yours, Kaha, go for it.
Wow.
We also ended up doing another part of the service where Kaho has to roleplay a certain situation for a specified amount of time, but it ended up being way more lewd than either of us thought. So that part of the show will have to stay on Patreon. So
Might have
if
to
you
go to
want
Patreon
watch
later
Kaho
tonight
act drunk and
for our
overly
research.
sexual towards me for 3 minutes or so, go and check that out, I guess. It was definitely something.
It is quite hard because like, we have like a panel behind between us, and like, I'm behind a panel, so I cannot be like physically seducing. If you're drunk, you have like excuse like I'm drunk, so like I know I'm getting too touchy or something. I cannot do that.
And then this magic wall is gonna protect all of the actresses. Well, you were pretty convincing in it.
It's a cum
you.
shield.
Man, people on Patreon, Cheers to you guys for that one, because you're the only ones who are gonna see that.
Cheers.
Kaho is the absolute queen at making content for me that I cannot show on YouTube, so cheers to that. Real talk, would you be able to, like, say, do something like that in front of, you know, someone you don't know?
Acting part, and I feel quite safe because we have a panel.
Right.
The thing about a JB, like DVD sales event, some do try to get touchy.
Yeah.
And they try to make it look like accident.
All right, the other cool thing about SOD
That's
Land
creepy.
is that you can get food. And I guess that makes sense as to why they're so uptight about, you know, making sure that you're nice and clean when you come.
Wait. Did you see that?
Food.
Dude, Japan is something else, man.
And I guess that makes sense as to why they're so uptight about, you know, making sure that you're nice and clean when you come here as well, because,
Right.
you know, you have to not contaminate the food and stuff like that. And what do we got here?
女子社員カレー SOD.
Joshane curry, or as I like to call it, penis curry. Yeah, let's be real. That's straight up what it is. I appreciate the honesty. You know, it's like they're not playing around.
It's
with
just so obvious.
it. It is just so obvious. All right, let's try this out. I'm glad actually they're giving us food because I'm starving.
いただきます.
Itadakimasu.
Beef curry?
Yeah, it is beef curry. I'm gonna have a egg. So, concerning the food here, you can't actually get it on this floor. It's available on a different floor, but for the purpose of the video, we're gonna eat them here. But there's also another thing that you can get, which includes a little service, and that's this thing right here. Takoyaki, octopus balls.
We're gonna make it bukkake style. I guess like bukkake is an international term.
That is
Oh,
definitely
God.
an international term, yeah.
And you see this like white liquid.
I mean, it's mayonnaise, right?
Japanese mayonnaise is amazing, right?
Yeah, it's the best. You put anything with it. Put all your love and soul into this mayonnaise bukkake.
That's bukkake time. Oh my god. That's a lot.
Jesus, you drenched that. That's a
Bukkake.
serious bukkake, that's for sure. All right, let's try one of these. I'm gonna take the top because it's been absolutely destroyed. Look, I like putting
The G Fuel and Steel series, which my org are sponsored by. I am sorry.
mayonnaise on my takoyaki, but
I actually prefer sauce.
that's a lot of mayonnaise. Let's go.
Juice.
Why did you call it juice? Well, what can I say? The food is pretty good. The drinks, pretty good.
God
The
has
service
abandoned us.
speaks for itself. The environment, nice and safe and regulated. Honestly, this might seem like a kind of quote-unquote dirty place in, you know, theory.
Contrary to the popular belief.
Exactly. Contrary to the popular belief, it's actually really nice in here. If I didn't have a girlfriend or a partner, I would probably see myself in here quite a bit.
You can be a regular here.
I could just be a regular here. Honestly, like, I don't think, you know, this is a place that you can easily come here without the whole, like, you know, sexualized mentality, right? Like, it genuinely does seem like the perfect blend between a kind of place where you can just
This does
come
seem
and
like a
hang
very
out
fun
with
place you can
girls
kinda
and
go to
meet
for
people and
laughs,
stuff like
honestly.
that.
This is like central
But,
Shinjuku. You always have a reason to come here.
Exactly. You're in the heart of Kabukicho, right? It's already a place that so many foreigners come to. If, you know, the country opens up again and you want to come and have an interesting or very unique experience,
Yes.
then
Very unique.
one of a kind, essentially, then I would definitely recommend you guys to come check out SOD Land. How did you find that?
It was quite interesting. I think, you know, I'm like it. I mean, of course, like I don't do well with drinks.
Right.
Other than that, it is very quite.
The drink
I feel
sounds
very
good right
safe,
now.
and then very clean.
It's weird, isn't it? How, like, in theory, the dirtiest place is, in practice, one of the cleanest places.
And customers gonna definitely enjoy the environment itself, not just the girls.
Exactly. And, you know, because, like, these chairs, for example, these tables have 4 seats. So technically, you could make a friend not only behind the bar, but at the bar as well. Like, you know, you could be like, yeah, I too like this particular actress. Let's
I
bond,
love
bro.
like NTR. We can talk about the favorite genres.
Exactly. So it's super interesting how, I guess, like, that whole establishment actually kind of works in both theory and practice. And this is especially, you know, quite important considering the fact that during these times of COVID,
Like it opened, like this place opened during COVID. So that was very surprising.
and Kabukicho and Shinjuku definitely got hit the hardest in terms of that, and all of the adult establishments in and around the area got hit pretty hard. So the fact that this place kind of is almost saving Kabukicho, and I guess saving the adult parts of Shinjuku, the adult recreational places of Shinjuku and Tokyo is rather interesting to see.
It's
I feel like an
easy
anime
for
protagonist right
anyone
now.
to
I don't
take
know why,
one
I just
look
do.
at SOD Land and the services they provide and think of it as a dirty or even morally wrong establishment. And I would be lying if I said I didn't feel a little bit of that upon initially hearing about this place. But getting to experience this place firsthand in an in-depth, behind the scenes viewpoint, talking to workers and employees of the establishment, and seeing how much of a positive impact the establishment is pushing for the adult industry and the Kabukicho area during this pandemic, I couldn't help but feel a sense of respect for this place. It's always been my belief that regardless of whether you personally consume or partake in the medium, the adult industry is like any other industry. A business with real people working behind the scenes to provide the best service possible to their loyal customers. And in these trying times, I don't see what the harm is in providing a little bit of fun for struggling adults who...
I completely agree with it. I used to be super like, I wouldn't say I was like anti OnlyFans or whatever. I just was personally more like, it's not something I personally would do, but at the same time, like you can't disrespect people that like do like adult work and stuff. Because I mean, this stuff is like the biggest industry in human history, pretty much. It's always been a thing from start to finish. So it's like, I mean, you might not like it, and you might not disagree with it, and that's perfectly okay. You know, as long as you don't go actively out of your way to harm other people's like, you know, livelihoods, you know? Like there's a lot in the world I don't agree with or I don't like, but I don't make it my goal in life to make people that enjoy this kind of stuff miserable, you know? So, I mean, if this is like what you like to do in life, I mean, you know, like to everybody's different, you know? Like do what you got to do to like survive and have fun in life if you're not harming anybody, you know? If you're not harming yourself and not harming anybody, I do gotta admit, I could understand the mental battles that having so much of this stuff around could probably play, because I mean, again, you know, some people generally are like lonely out there and stuff, and this is only like a temporary fix. So for the people that actually still, you know, like go to this place, I also hope that they actually do find somebody to be with that they can love, you know, because this isn't, like I said, it's definitely fun. I think this is actually really cool and really fun. It looks like it'd be a fun time to go to just for the laughs and some of the comedic things, like the whole ASMR thing. I think that's pretty funny. But I also do hope that nobody's going here with the hope of it, like giving them a proper meaning in life type of thing. I hope everybody just has a good time here, but I hope everybody's also okay. You know? Just respect what people do.
Want to interact and have fun with girls in a safe and protected environment. It's kind of crazy just how much of a juxtaposition Japan has towards adult-oriented subject matter. On one hand, being out of sight and out of mind, while on the other hand, fully embracing it in the public sphere. It's strange and possibly alien to many, but that's just another part of this country and culture that makes it that much more unique and intriguing.
All right. Testing out Japan's bizarre adult toys. Yeah, I mean, Japan's a very unique place. I mean, I really do hope that the birth thing kind of really gets under control at some point or another, because I know people work like just overtime is like candy over there. Like that's all people do is just work overtime pretty much. So I mean, I'm hoping that people I hope things are able to change for the better of the society, because I think this stuff is cool. But also I hate seeing that, you know, people aren't finding people that they really care about and love out here, or they're too overworked to care about that, you know? And that's just, you know, it can be weird trying to live you know what I mean. So am I gonna put this on YouTube? Probably. I'm gonna more than likely get demonetized for it, but you know what? I can live with my decisions in life.